right. Well, thank you everybody for joining me today on my first solo LinkedIn Live. I'm Justine Mahoney, account executive here with Vanguard Inc. So let's get started. This session is only for you if you are looking to grow your company. If you're looking for modern, better, and faster technology. Today's construction companies cannot afford to stay stuck in the 1990s, even with their accounting software. So if you're here because you want modern, type mod in the comments. Let me know that you're here. So I hear it all the time. Sure, Sage 300 CRE is a solid construction accounting software, and it does the job. But does it really? Not in today's world. Not when we're in the decade when technology has rapidly developed more faster than it has in the last 100 years. Not when the norm is to get answers at our fingertips, especially with AI, artificial intelligence in the picture now. And especially when construction companies need real actionable financial insights on the fly. So I could sit here all day and tell you all the reasons why it's time to change to a modern construction ERP, but I don't think I need to do that. So, if you're on Sage 300 CRE, I'm guessing you already know what those reasons are. From deep IT spends on servers and management to the manual workarounds and processes that your staff are likely doing today, it's not hard to come up with the facts. So what I am here to give you is real insights from real customers that have upgraded from Sage 300 CRE to Sage Intacct Construction. Customers that have found that it is actually more expensive to remain using Sage 300 CRE. Because it's not just about the money you're spending every year to keep the software going. It's about the relief and the ROI realized when the big picture is considered. Now, I'm going to put a playlist later on here in the comments with these videos for firsthand customer testimonials. But let's go ahead and dive into some snapshots from some customers. So this one is from the CFO at Graham Construction, and I'm going to abbreviate a bit here. Again, don't just take it from me. Go out to our YouTube, go to that playlist, watch the videos from our customers firsthand. So the CFO said, the value that the system brings for us is that we have not had to replace an entire staff member on our team when our staff unexpectedly shrunk in size. Because the system allows them to consolidate responsibilities. Now think about that. The market is tough out there for staff members, finding staff members in all parts of construction companies. Imagine if the modern technology could take stuff off of people's plates and allow you to not have to potentially hire a new person to replace somebody. So she also went on to say that pay apps are now done in the system instead of in Excel spreadsheets, like they were with 300. She also said, and this is a really big one, that their month-end close was cut from 30 days to 16 days, and they believe that it's going to get even shorter than that. So you may not have a 30-day close cycle, but imagine if you could cut your close cycle in half. What would that mean to you? Now, if you heard that, type shorter in the comments. So sure, the technology does a lot, but I'm also going to say that the Vanguard team also does a lot. The way that we deploy software in a modern way allowed Graham to get more efficient with Sage Intacct Construction. Our team worked tirelessly with them to get them out of spreadsheets as much as we possibly could, particularly because they have a complex payroll. We were able to make things much more efficient for them with our expertise in construction payroll. And in return, they also saw the shortening in their close cycle as payroll as a part of that. So this is from, the next one I'm going to go through is from the controller at Foresight Construction. And again, don't just take it from me, go watch these videos. He said it's the ability to just drill down on information and get answers more quickly than he ever was able to before, and just simply to be able to pull data out of the system where he couldn't with Sage 300 CRE. He also said, and again, this is a big one, if he was still on Sage 300 CRE, he'd be still working a lot more and doing a lot more low value work for the company. So I have to ask you guys think about this. Are your employees busy on 300 or are they productive? I would guess that they're busier than you think they probably are. Or maybe you already know that. So this team especially, they were able to get on to Bangert's daily Q&A sessions and work with us every single day if they wanted to. And this helped them to get answers more quickly and more efficiently than if they were doing the old hourly model. And we'll go into that a bit more later. But another example from this team is that their CFO was out for a few weeks. And with the Bangert deployment model, she was able to jump right back into deployment without a hiccup to keep the pace going, to go live on their timeline, even though she was out for a couple weeks. So the next one I'll talk about is Skogman companies. So this is from their CFO. She said, just the efficiency of being able to log in remotely anywhere that I am, rather than logging in through a server and then through a VPN to try to work, remotely, was much slower, and bigger yet, it was much more insecure, brought a lot of security issues for them. And so it was a no-brainer for them to move to Sage Intacct. And we see this every single year. There's always a handful of customers that come to us because their on-premise server was hacked. You are more at risk by remaining on 300 today with your on-premise server than you are with Sage Intacct Construction. Everything you do today is on the cloud, and the cloud is much more secure than that on-premise server. You are still on an on-premise server with 300. You're still on 300 today, period. You are leaving your customer, your company at risk. So the last one I'll go over here is from Cosney Wagner. It's from their owner, CEO. He said, he's excited because he has his dashboards. His dashboards are his own. They're the data that he wants to see. They're built by him. He said, Intacct's going to allow me to have real-time data at my fingertips. So if you're on here and you're a construction CEO or owner, do you have your company data at your fingertips? If you're a CFO or a controller on here, does your CEO or owner have data at their fingertips? I'm guessing not. Because in today's world of 300, somebody needs data, you have to run reports, which can take a lot of time, cobble things together with Excel, do a bunch of things to make it happen. It's not real time. And Intacct just makes it easy by the sheer modern nature of the technology, the architecture, and the system. You can get your data out the way you want to see it in as much detail or as high level as you want to, in visual graphics and text, however you want to see it. And again, Bangert helps you do that. We don't just set things up for you. We teach you how to build things like dashboards in the system. And again, we'll go over that in a little bit. But if you want to know, you will get the most out of your system because we teach you the system from the ground up. Our philosophy is that the people that know the most about their systems get the most out of their systems for both the short and long term. So let's talk about Bangert deployment. We have a 98% success rate, and our ultimate goal is to have 100% happy customers. We have a 98% success rate. That was unheard of in the archaic hourly billing model. That is a model that is ubiquitous throughout the market today, and essentially is used by everyone out there in our construction tech space. And when we know this is inefficient because we did it for 40 years and we just wanted a better way. We wanted more efficiency. We wanted more predictability for our customers. So how do we do it? We do it by giving you control, by giving you predictability, both on services costs and on deployment. We do it by giving you all the tools that you need to be successful on the software, not just for today, but for years to come. And we do it by giving you access to our experts every single day. That is, if you want access to them every day. Again, not just for today, but for many years to come. So those customer videos that I'm going to link, they don't just talk about the software, they also talk about the Bangert deployment model and their success and experience going through it. So definitely go check those out. There's a lot of good nuggets in there. And if you want more detail on how we do it, I'm going to also post a link to our website, but do DM me, ask me, let's chat about it. Also, if you want to know more about the transition from 300 to Intacct, send me a message. I'd love to chat. So anyway, thanks everyone for joining me on my first solo LinkedIn Live. Definitely appreciate you joining me today. And if you got value from what I went over today, type value in the comments. Again, I'll leave a couple links for you in a moment here, but do check out our information because it's highly invaluable. Thanks everyone.